There is a secret addiction sweeping Britain that has long since plagued our high streets and is now infiltrating our own homes. This addiction is not sex, booze or drugs. It is not even illegal and has recently been encouraged by law as beneficial for the economy.
It is very important that we modernise the regulation of gambling for today's world.
A recent report by the Gambling Commission has revealed that more than 70% of the population gamble. Think of the National Lottery, seaside arcades, major sporting events such as the Grand National and Ascot. Our sense of national identity is invariably tied up with what is known as the good old flutter. Research has shown that since the beginning of the recession in 2008, the number of high street betting shops has increased by 10.5%. So now there are almost 8,000 betting shops, making them more common than newsagents.
The other issue I think that's really important to flag is the changing nature of the gambling industry. The increase in machines over horse racing, for example, is particularly designed to target younger people. It appeals to them more, it's fast, it's quick, it's easy.
We analysed data from the gambling regulator, showing the locations of every bookmaker in Britain. Paddy Power, smashed up window. We found that there were 2,691 in the poorest 55 boroughs, mainly in the north. Betfred. That's more than twice the number in the richest 115 boroughs. And we found this revealing report, published in 2011, that confirmed something that the industry always denied, that the number of machines in an area and poverty are linked. The charity that produced the report had its funding pulled and was closed down.
Lurking inside almost all bookmakers are what are known as fixed odds betting terminals, or FOBTs. These electronic gambling machines have been dubbed by some as the crack cocaine of gambling. Many problem gamblers develop an addiction to these machines in their early 20s.
Some people are happy having the bets on their horses and dogs. They're not interested in the machines. But we are told we have to get new customers on the machines all the time.
I spoke to David and Matt from Grasp, which is one of the only gambling charities that does not receive funding from the gambling industry itself. Their aim is to prevent problem gambling before it takes hold.
The latest figures have picked up that parents regarding children, only 5% of them would educate them on the risks of gambling. It's 100% for drugs and it's 64% for alcohol. So it tells you that all these youngsters coming through, they haven't had the education to warn them of something that will be more destructive to them than any other addiction.
Out of the 7 organisations currently funded by the gambling industry, 5 are focused purely on treatment and just 2 are looking into research and prevention. According to the latest figures, there are 450,000 problem gamblers in the UK, of which 130,000 are young people.
You believe that the only way out of the addiction is to stay in the addiction. They know they have a problem.
For problem gamblers, the ability to bet large amounts of cash at high speed and anonymously is dangerous. For others, it's an opportunity.
Life as a betting shop worker is dominated by those machines these days.
I think it's spiraled out of control, is my view.
A leaked document shows that punters played 5 million sessions on Ladbrokes machines in a 1-month period, staking over £1 billion. Such figures have never been seen before, and the secrecy extends beyond the bookmakers.
They definitely knew that I had a problem with gambling. I was in there at every opportunity. So when you first play it, it is like a kind of rush, almost like a drug-like experience. You get into almost a trance-like state. You just keep pressing that repeat button.
Simon got hooked on the machines shortly after they arrived on the high street.
Basically, there are the 3 performance indicators, the main one of which is the FOBTs. You need to maintain the level of business on your FOBTs or increase it in order to maintain your pay band.
I invited all the main representatives of the gambling industry to comment on our findings, but they all declined.
It is very important that we modernise the regulation of gambling for today's world.
New Labour's landmark Gambling Act in 2005 may never have delivered a super casino, but it legitimised and regulated the machines lifted restrictions on shop opening hours and gambling advertising, and ushered in a new era where gambling was no longer a vice, but a legitimate entertainment activity.
There is now 31 hours and 55 minutes of live casino gambling on terrestrial television every week. And adverts are constantly on our screens.
Prevent players who shouldn't be playing machines from playing them, and also get players to play them in order to get your pay up.
I think, seriously, do you think as a betting shop manager I'm going to say to them, stop paying those machines, you're losing too much money to be downgraded? Because if I get downgraded, I lose even more money. So, well, there's social response in gambling ethics is bullshit, because I am not going to encourage anybody to self-exclude themselves so I get a pay cut. Simple as.